And the other thing that we haven't yet mentioned, I mean, it's a last pick Enchantress, it's a white one special, but it's against a Beastmaster, right? So suddenly he's forced to go into, you know, potentially this Whirling Axes build instead of having the threat of giving his boar over to the Enchantress. Pretty big deal, honestly. It means that 23 Savage is going to be able to get a lot more aggressive in the laning stage.
Prepare for battle.
Who'd you see pick up a Witchblade as a position 4? Oh well. Wouldn't put it past him.
"30 seconds to battle." The battle begins.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Asta, who is sitting in the group stage at the moment, and like objectively, you might say that White Album is like the 5th best mid, but he's still ranked like 40 in the region, right? It's just the rest of them are like literally in the top 5 ranks. That a small differential like that is so important. Red might be getting dived on super early here. You've got a lot of damage coming out from Y. I feel like LGD got this. Yeah, for like, you have to kind of go the Venom scale level 1. It is such a great value point, but it just means that you're not able to brawl very effectively once that is on cooldown. You know, you don't have the highest mana pool either as a Veno, so you know, that's not available. Make sure you've got this freedom to walk around, to stack camps, to pull camps, to easily contest even last hits, because you've only got like 46 damage right now on them. Doing well. Just working up on the right side of the bed today, that's for sure. We're seeing here for the Beastmaster. If that 1 point is just for the Call of the Wild Hawk, just to be able to give a little bit of extra vision to prevent any kind of like pulls that might be happening. Rid of an Observer Ward dewarded and give that little bit of extra experience, which is very important in a gyro lane. You can get so much more kill potential, like they're going for right now as soon as you hit level 3. Doesn't have the 1 point on the enchant yet either on the enchant, so she's just looking to get these right-click harasses off and make sure that Gyro is able to just continuously sit in lane. Victory's not missing any fun at all. Red. Going on a little bit on this bottom side. You've got the unstable concoction at least. That's going to be forcing Arme back, but pretty standard build though.
Dire structures are
Who's
fortified.
got anything? Yeah, look where Carl is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. I think you just didn't scout out the fact that you didn't actually have enough mana for the Echo Stomp on the Elder Titan, so could have just TP'd away if you wanted to.
Dire are scanning.
Right one. Now he's got that 1 point in the enchant. I don't think he'll be looking to just take a neutral camp. I think it's testing as possible. Who actually is still leveling up to Call the Wild Boar. It's a lot more effective at level 2 than it is at level 1, but it just means that he's had to completely abandon this lane, and Savage is very happy for that. I don't think pulling for Savage is really going to do much of anything, to be honest. I think, if anything, maybe make Alchemist's life a little bit easier. You can see he's going for a Soul Ring first, just so that he can at least not be a non-hero for the start of the game. If you get a lucky root hero forever. But I think even just helping everyone on this bottom side of the map as well, so that the Troll Warlord is being harassed down a little bit. You know, you've got the enchant that's going to be able to remove the Astral Spirit extra damage, which I think is perfectly viable use of it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This top tower being sieged a little bit with the siege creep, for being used with all that extra HP that he's got to be able to soak up a lot of the damage from the tower, allow the next wave to connect through. Savage will probably even tank up 1 or 2 of these hits as well if he needs to, just to make sure the siege creep is alive and well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, calculated. I mean, that's always the thing that you're needing to be worried about. Have we even seen a single Battle Fury today? I don't know if we have. Yeah, so I wonder if it's going to be any different here, just with making sure a lot of these ancient camps are blocked up. Zephyr's just kind of walked himself
Radiant
into death.
structures are fortified.
Put me out of my misery yet.
Yoink. I think that just goes to show what a day Carl is having. You know,
Radiant's
absolutely
top tower
dominating that
has
very
been
start of the
denied.
game. I mean, they're clearly feeling it as well. They're just probably. You can see now, like, what's happening with Zephyr. He is very rarely going to be on this bottom side of the map now that Forever at least has a couple of points into that Plague Ward. You're not able to just two-hit them. It's going to be a slow siege onto this tower. If they rotate, I mean, look behind your little wall of Spitty Boys, you know. Well, when I think of a slow lineup, I think of like sitting back and not doing anything. But for Rev, on his Venomancer, he's not doing nothing. He's actually putting a lot of pressure on the bottom side of the map. And you can see, like, Whitemon, he's looking to get nice and active, to get some vision up, or just scout out where heroes are, force rotations, and all that does is just enable someone like Zephyr to be sitting back a little bit more, be farming a lot more. Now that he's got that Soul Ring, it's going to be a, I don't want to say a rare occurrence that he has to go back to base, but until at least he reaches his level 6, but so it gives him a lot more freedom to be able to farm levels.
Are scanning. Radiant's
rotation behind them, though.
Under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think that's totally cool, right? Like, you've got the Alchemist who, again, until he's level 6, he has to take a bit more of this dangerous farm. So the fact that they were able to get stuff happening on the bottom side of the map and that kill up top, big win.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Extra help!
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think that's good. It enables him to have a bit more scaling versus the Maelstrom. So you're going to be sitting back a little bit more passively, but I think you're always going to kind of be in that situation where you're happy for that to happen when you're playing against an
bottom tower.
He's basically not going to be a hero for a little bit. Now that he's got level 6, though, we should see his farm accelerate a fair amount. Kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yoink. So this is what they need to do. You know, they've got that deep observer ward placed. It gives them a lot of vision. I think they do need to prioritize a few more sentries inside the Dire jungle, because that's just going to keep happening on repeat. You know exactly where the Alchemist is.
Top tower has fallen.
Now that he's level 6, like, stay in the jungle and be very sustainable. I mean, if they're trying to pick off the Puck or the Troll Warlord, I think it's totally fine. You know, force him into an earlier BKB than he might like. You always want that, like, one intermediate item before the BKB, whether it's like an SNY or a Basher or whatever else. I think you'll want to do that, though. Savage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was me, I would maybe place the wards a little closer just so you can actually get some damage in onto these towers. You know, force them to play that much more defensively because you are losing some of your real estate. But, you know, I can understand just wanting to perhaps be on the safer side given the smoke gank that happened towards the bot lane previously. He's always been amazing at farming, Ahmed. What he does after that sometimes that leave people asking a few questions. I'm late now though on Zephyr. Go on. Full Greevil's greed, so we're talking about greed, we're talking about slow, which is the definition of it.
Radiant are scanning.
Get out all that long ass TP. Taking the stack though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh no.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Rev, I don't know if he can do this. He's got to get those plague wards up for the vision. Yeah, a bit premature, I think. And based on how successful that gank was, being able to take out Savage, he's going, right, I could finish up the SS&Y, get that little bit of extra movement speed. And then they've gotten a lot of debuffs on the team, so I think it's good that he's going to be able to reduce them with the status resistance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Even got his Hood of Defiance coming out to him as well now, or for Rev, so to be able to just actually be that beefy frontliner that you need to be able to protect a lot of your important. Regardless, they're still in a position to try and go for something a little bit more aggressive. Spot out Zephyr on the top side. He has the axe. Just finished it. He has the last components coming out. Because the courier doesn't die. That's the important. You know, you've got a... Do they have a lucky neutral item? Yeah, they do. They've got the Possessed Mask. I don't think they would have been in a position to even consider that otherwise, but now, I'm not sure if they realise the risk of that Aghanims being available, but I think that I saw a bunch of things come out, so maybe they spotted it. But I think smoke time is now. Blink Dagger as well. Come on. He's even got the Orchids as well, now on the Gyrocopter, so much more damage potential.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna, you know, illusory orb, fade bolt, blink back, TP to mid lane. I love it when a plan comes out perfectly. Yeah, they're pinging it. Oh, the Glimmer Cape, perfect.
Radiant's middle tower is
Silence.
under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Anything finished up for Arme? No. So I think actually that is the SNY coming out to him now, so maybe now that they've used that smoke, they've used the Chemical Rage and the Alchemist, trying to make a bit of a counterplay, but I think the seems pretty happy to just continuously push out
Radiant's
the top
bottom
side.
tower is under attack.
Give coming out to him as well as his Blink Dagger, so I think that's the key thing, right? Jump in onto the back line, see if you can get the Rubick, the core, caught out with that front line.
That should help.
2 for 2 bounties, of course, going to benefit the Alchemist, but they're going for another smoke here. We're seeing all of them grouping up around the Tri-Camp area. Siege groups to brawl against each other. No, they're just going to show themselves, which is a little weird. True, but you've also got like the double hawks. One of them just despawned next to the Dire
Dire's
outpost
top tower
that just
is
revealed.
under
Well, they're
attack.
not in their jungle. 5 of them can't all be in their triangle, so they're clearly making a play elsewhere on the map. But wisely enough, Junior is 50 away towards the top side of the map. They're going for road with this life. I was gonna move. Big silence.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Ability.
I mean, that is prime chat line territory. There's a you can't run from the venomous one. I mean, come on. I love, like, I go in, I use all my spells as a 5, as a Venomancer, and then I just die, and then later on I get a triple kill. Another 10. I think it's just gold. It's nothing. Not like my master tier Wyvern. Soon. Just get on my team. That was a very sexy analogy that you just made there. They're happy now with Zephyr, now that he's got that little bit of... Oh, they found nothing to say.
Is under
Just
attack.
gets away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nature attack.
And that's an ET with only 2 points in natural order. Like, you get a couple of more points, just wait a few more minutes around the, I don't know, 28-minute mark. He's going to be a legitimate threat just on his own. Things happening everywhere around the map. We can see another smoke coming through. Any vision down on the bottom side? No, just in that that Tinker Ward position. But Rev, he might be the one to suffer from this. See him. It's still daytime.
A prize.
He gets close to the nut. This is one of those games where, like, you always say with an Alchemist, right? Like, oh, if you don't have a huge net worth lead, you're doing it wrong. But this is a position for Alchemist, so it's not bad at all for T1. And you still do have that potential to, you know, become a bit of that semi-carry. He's gone to Halberd, which is, you know, obviously the direct counter to the Troll Warlord. But, even as a position 5, I feel like this Innocence Elder Titan is going to become a big factor as this game ticks along. Go for a solo pick-off here with Carl. Echo Stomp isn't what you want. It's not that instant burst damage that you're able to get out. And got the... He doesn't know, but he's got the Beastmaster very close by. Still going to attempt it, though.
Generation.
Hawk. Dive bomb him.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, you could do as well as you want in lane, but you just see the difference here. Like, if he was playing the puck, he would have been, like, 5 times as active as he's been right now with this Rubick. Even with the Boots of Travel and the Blink Dagger, it just feels like he can't do anything on his own. Maybe he needs someone to play with, but, I mean, who?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, Gyro's probably the best one, to be honest. Like, he's the one that's going to do the damage. Maybe Whitemon, but... Looks like he's building into his own SMY there on the Gyro. I think that's totally fine. I wonder if it's even worth going like worth
Radiant's
it.
bottom
You want the
tower
status
is under
resist.
attack.
Later on, they do have that potential, right? Like, you've got this Heaven's Halberd, which is, what, over 1,000 gold away? And once that's picked up, I would say the next item from him is probably a Blink Dagger, just to be able to, you know, be that bit of assistance to start fights, or, worst case scenario, you just get onto the Ancient Apparition so he's not able to freely cast whatever he wants. No, not really. I think it's, yeah, it's exactly what you highlighted, the burst potential coming through. You've even got the Ags on the puck, which deals a good amount of damage if you're able to snap that coil. I think I saw a horse stuff, one of the heroes, maybe I'm wrong. But I could see that being one of the next items as well. You can roar someone out, and just get pushed in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Troll is going to win every single time, in my opinion, but it's, I mean, their go time is now, and you can see that now finally he feels like he's happy to make this sort of play happen here on 23%. He's got the Hurricane Pike as well, just to be able to create that little bit of a buffer of space. Double damager in bottled.
Don't run
Really gonna run into it's actually armor, yeah.
Gotcha.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They kited it out. This is really good for T1.
Healing power.
Whitemon healing him up. He's got the Holy Locket as well, so that healing is buffed as well. Wonder if he's going to go the Nature's Attendant's Wisps at level 15 for that little bit extra. You don't want to go too all in onto the healing, considering they do have an AA on the opposing team, but that 40 damage is pretty... Maybe just waiting for the level 20 on the Gyrocopter before they're able to make something happen. That is somewhere where, even though they're even on net worth, a fair bit behind in the experience stakes when you're comparing the Troll Warlord and 23.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think he wasn't expecting the Ags. It was the extra damage coming through from that. 700 damage.
Are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, I was about to say, you gotta get out of there. Aegis of the Immortal, cheese, nearly level 25. He's gonna get it once he kills Zephyr here. Oh, it's up off just in time. But that's his Skadi finished in about 10 gold. Oh, he just sells some.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Invisibility.
This is why you need the IO, you know, like, it is all sizzle, no steak for mine.
There you go.
Spoil though.
Sprites are with us.
Watch my hand!
think that team fight goes to show the importance of having someone like Cuckoo. In my eyes, there's no way he would have taken that fight when your mid laner is on the sidelines for only another 15, 20 seconds. You know, like, it's a tier 2 tower. You're fighting into an Aegis with a troll that's 5 levels above your Gyrocopter. You have to at least have high ground to be able to deal with that, if not just a full complement of 5 heroes. No, that's a dive. Bouncing around like a pitbull.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now you've even got the Solar Crest on top of that, so just enabling a lot more of this movement speed. I talked about how maybe the Venomancer is going to be able to deal with this this Troll Warlord and slowing him down when he pops that Battle Trance. Let's say if he doesn't have the BKB also available, but Solar Crest is going to be able to speed him up just fine. It is night and day, though, from what we're seeing from Carl this game versus the previous. It feels like in the past 5 minutes, his net worth has barely moved.
Quickly as I go.
Fans will be happy to see that. We've also got the Astral Spirit hero attack talent now picked up by Innocence, as well as that Vlad's. So he's going to be dishing out a world of hurt if he does get into the middle of these team fights. Can't even discount the base armor reduction. What does Gyro have now? He'll have 4 armor in these team fights because all of that base armor is just removed entirely. To say is just making sure to stay inside the ancient box. Very nice play, especially given that those tier 4 items were coming up. We're likely to get them from the ancients and might even be able to bait out a D-ward as well. Just a bit more of their net worth, and they're already at a disadvantage, so every little bit helps. What's Carl doing this time? Oh no. Ooh.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm pretty sure that was actually a huge play coming out as well. I honestly assumed that the Rubick got evaporated. I was just looking, alright, who are they going for next? Even just there, they used at the very end of its duration the Hawk to dive bomb them to interrupt the TPs. So you gave them a little bit of extra space for Armin to be pushing up towards this top side of the map. Actually walk into a couple of heroes here though.
Heal us.
He's got Halberd. Cool.
Where are we going?
I'm just trying to see, like, on a Gyro, you never really want to build anything that gives you armor anyway, but you need to. Otherwise, this troll is just going to rip you apart. Even just the ET, honestly, runs the risk of doing it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Carl's fan too. Free gem as well.
Dire's top
That
tower
is Lord
under
Gaben
attack.
smiling on Southeast Asia. He is not.
Dire are scanning.
Why you gotta be like that, Gaben?
Take that.
I mean, it's found out Zephyr.
There you go. Healed.
Oh. Speaking of the Southeast Asia region, and we've been talking a little bit about the anime previously, I want you, and people in chat later on, YouTube Dota 10 years later. It's on the official Netflix Philippines account, and it is like a Bollywood-style terrible CGI trailer music video for the Dota anime. It's okay. I think it's just one of those things that you backpack and, you know, swap it in when you are looking to actually siege. I feel like Titan Slit is probably the main thing that he needs, considering, you know, you've got the level 5 Dagon, you're going to get coiled for a huge duration. Like, something needs to give. And the Warlord sword previously. I mean, I guess that's good against the a little bit. Yeah, they've got glitter capes. They've got the E-blades that they can look to burst through. Honestly, the nullifiers would be really effective on someone on LGD because they've got like what, four staffs here. So they're going to be very happy with being able to pick this one up, and it's the one with the Ag Scepter. So who are we giving this one to? It has to be Eaton. I mean, Troll could get it, but I feel like it has to be Eaton. Come on, don't do it dirty. The boss 5 could give it to him. Boo. Dispel. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. under attack.
And realistically, you didn't lose anything on the Troll Warlord other than, you know, Battle Trance BKB. He's perfectly happy to just sit back, wait for at least one of them to come back up, and you know you're going to be able to make another siege happen before the Rubick's alive, but you can just walk back and get the bounties as well. Always good to be able to deny that away from the Alchemist, who, after he picked up that
Bottom tower is under
that Heaven's
attack.
Halberd, his net worth is really stagnated. He's going into the Aghanim Shard next, but I mean, it's a Gyrocopter. It's not like it's a, you know, you've got a Troll Warlord or, I don't know, a Wraith King or a Juggernaut. Something that's really able to take full effectiveness out of this extra attack speed.
Gold for my forward.
Maybe like a Bloodthorn might be a better option. Upgrade that Orchid, because you don't really want to drop any of these items. They're all pretty good. Same thing with Forever. Like, I don't know if Boots of Travel is the go now. Like, Boots of Travel is not going to win you a team. It needs to go something that's actually able to make an impact right now. I think Ag Shard might be kind of okay, considering you are doing this high ground defense.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Always get the last word.
Dire's top tower is falling. Dire's top barracks is falling.
Sprite.
Dire's top barracks is falling. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That's exactly what they needed. They obviously have a lot more to play for than the T1 boys at this stage, given how close the games are going on the other stream.